And most of the folks that gave us money didn't have any children at Anacostia High School, but they understood that this high school was our community school. This was the school that kept most of them thugs off the street in football season. I'm investing in the future of this community and of these young folk. We have to invest in our young people. Not only the young folk, we got folk around us that need help. We need to invest in them. I mean, I'm coaching football at the Y. Catherine trying to get me to coach for years. If she'd had Kenny earlier, I'd probably been coaching earlier. But the thing that I find fascinating, we got all these children who want to play ball, who can't play ball because their parents, if you got 3, 4, 5 children, you can't afford $45 to register them, then go buy a helmet for $80, another $60 for shoulder pads, another $50 for shoes, then you got to buy pants. By the time you finish dressing them out, you done used up grocery money. So now we got children who could play, who should be playing, because that's the only place where they're going to get some discipline, but their parents can't afford to, and the rest of us sitting back saying, man, somebody ought to do something. You can do something. Then we got to hold each other accountable. Wait, we have to hold each other accountable. See, this is the hard part right here. Don't complain about the burglaries in the community and you buying stuff out of the trunk of Five Finger Freddy's discount store when he pull up at your house and say, I got the hookup. Oh, they just breaking in the houses, but man, you see this, man, I got this plasma, man, it cost me but $100. First of all, if you're buying it from the Five Finger discount man, don't you know he gonna come back and get it and sell it again? He know what the inventory is. And then if it get broke, you better not take it to the shop to get it fixed. My uncle had this VCR, brand new VCR, right out the box. The thing broke. I said, well, take it to Sears, get it fixed. No, son, can't do that. And you done wasted your money. We can't support the criminal activity and then complain about the criminals. You know who the drug dealers are in your neighborhood. But we scared to get involved. I don't want to mess with him. We lived in a house. We had some folks who were selling drugs. We lived in a corner house. And if you turn the corner, the house right there behind us on the corner, they were selling dope. We didn't know they were selling dope. Now, until my mother-in-law came down and said, don't you know the folk over there selling drugs? My mother-in-law just sitting there walking around on her can. How you know they selling drugs? Because cars coming and going all day long. Don't you see them people? Come to find out that, yeah, they knew. Wait a minute, and we lived a block from the police chief. And my wife, bless her heart, one night they had the music jumping and boom, 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 boom. And you know, Kyra never was a nighttime sleeper. Any excuse, Kyra's up. Kathy went over, knocked on the door. Will you please turn your music down so my daughter can go to sleep? I said, baby, you went over there? Yeah, because I'm tired of hearing that mess. Baby, don't you know who that is? I know who they are. I told her I'm tired of hearing that mess. My daughter can't sleep. Then the next week, went over to Chief Meadows' house, knocked on the door, said, when you going to do something about them folk over there who's selling that dope? Well, Miss Jones, you don't understand. No, I don't understand. You know they selling the drugs. Why don't you do something? She went over there so much, you know, the parable about the woman that knocked all night long to the unjust ruler. You going to plead my... Every week, we out walking. Let me stop by Chief Meadows' house. When you going to do something about them folk around the corner from me? They finally got tired and raided the folk. They moved on somewhere else. We cannot afford to sit back and give our community away. We have to stand up and say, wait a minute, son, we love you. We want what's best for you. But if you're going to deal with illegal activity, you can't live here. And you sure enough can't live peaceably. I'm almost finished, folks. I'm almost finished. See, we have to remember that we set the standard for what goes on in our community. Not the politicians, not the elected officials, not the police. We set the standard. We shouldn't have to depend on a public ordinance to get somebody to cut their grass. You know, you having problems with your grass being, you need some help? We have to have a sense of community. See, we got to learn from the past, live for the future. We got to lift up our community. And then the final thing, and this is one we always say, and is always easier said than done, we got to love one another. And I ain't talking about that I feel good about you, you feel good about me, we feel good. You know, I can love you and just decide that, you know, I don't necessarily like you, but I love you. Well, what does it mean you love somebody but you don't like somebody? If I love you, I'm going to do all that I can to help you be all that you need to be. If you're in need, I'm going to help you out. If you're in need, I'm going to be there for you. Because when I'm in need, I'm hoping somebody's going to be there for me. Love is what love does. Love looks beyond the fault and sees the need. Love is I'm going to help lift you up. Love is I can't stand the way you act and the way you carry on, but I want what's best for your children because your children are my children, and I want your children to be successful. So love is I'm going to go above and beyond my comfort zone to help lift you and your family up. That's what love does. We got to lift each other up. We can't afford, look, we too small to be putting ourselves in the small enclaves. Or we don't associate with them over there. Or we don't associate, you don't live in the right place. Look, anywhere in Tuskegee, you can drive in 3 minutes, you in the ghetto. I don't care how much money you got. We can't afford the luxury of saying that's them over there. No, them is us.